Wealth and power can buy many things, but they can't tame the raw forces of nature. In the world of billionaires, where adventure and luxury go hand in hand, even the richest are not immune to the dangers that lurk beneath the surface. For Robert Cunningham and Michael Westwood, their final days were supposed to be filled with sun, sea, and freedom on their opulent yachts. Hit like and subscribe. This is Fierce. Michael Westwood's day began like any other on his luxury yacht. On the morning of September 7th, he woke up to calm seas and a clear sky, the sun reflecting off the shimmering waters of the Bahamas. The billionaire businessman, known for his love of adventure, had just finished several business deals and was ready to unwind in his favorite way, by diving into the deep blue ocean. Westwood had always been drawn to the ocean. He loved the thrill of diving, exploring coral reefs, and swimming with sea life. But on this day, something far more dangerous was waiting beneath the surface. The captain of the yacht, who knew the waters well, had suggested staying close to the reef, where the fish were abundant and the currents gentle. But Westwood, never one to settle for the ordinary, decided to dive further out, toward deeper water, where the bigger fish and sharks were known to roam. With his high-end diving gear on, he had done this many times before, swimming gracefully through schools of brightly colored fish, his mind free from the pressures of his high-stakes business world. But as he swam away from the reef and into open water, the mood started to change. The sunlight above became dimmer as the water deepened and the lively fish disappeared. In the distance, something large moved, slowly, deliberately, a shadow that sent a shiver down his spine. Westwood stopped, floating in place, his eyes fixed on the approaching figure. It was a great white shark, its huge body gliding silently like a ghost. Westwood had seen sharks before and knew that they usually left humans alone. But this one seemed different. The shark circled him once, then twice, coming closer with each pass. Westwood's heart began to race. He was far from the safety of his yacht, and the shark was clearly interested in him. Slowly, he started swimming back toward the boat, trying not to panic. But before he could cover much distance, the shark attacked. The force of the bite was beyond anything Westwood could have ever imagined. The shark's powerful jaws clamped down on his side, its razor-sharp teeth ripping through flesh and muscle with a sickening ease. The pain was instant, blinding, as if his entire body had been set on fire. Desperation kicked in. He thrashed wildly, trying to free himself, but the shark's grip was merciless. The ocean seemed to close in around him, its vastness now a terrifying prison as the shark dragged him deeper into the abyss. The surface above grew farther away, dimming as his vision blurred. Every breath felt like his last, his lungs burning, his heart pounding. His strength waned, the fight slipping from his body as he was pulled further from life. His once invincible world of luxury and power now meant nothing in the jaws of this relentless predator. Back on the yacht, the crew had been watching Westwood's dive from the surface, unaware of the horror unfolding below. It wasn't until they saw blood rising to the surface that they realized something was terribly wrong. The captain quickly sent out a distress call to the Coast Guard, but they knew time wasn't on their side. By the time the Coast Guard arrived, there was nothing left to save. The ocean had returned to its peaceful state, as though the attack had never happened. Westwood's body was never recovered, and the luxurious yacht that had once symbolized his wealth and power now felt empty and haunted. The news of Westwood's death spread quickly. People around the world were stunned by the story of the billionaire who had met such a violent end. Reports of shark attacks had been increasing in the area, and Westwood's decision to dive so far from the reef seemed to have sealed his fate. Westwood had always lived on the edge, seeking thrills and pushing boundaries. But in the end, his love for adventure had led him to a tragic fate. The ocean, which had given him so much joy, had claimed his life in a swift and brutal attack. The locals in the Bahamas, who had seen Westwood sail in and out of their waters, now spoke of the incident in whispers, warning others to respect the ocean's dangers. For many, the story served as a reminder that no amount of money or experience could protect anyone from the unpredictable power of nature. As the sun set that evening, casting a warm glow over the water, the sea once again appeared calm and inviting. But for those who had witnessed the events of that day, the ocean now seemed darker, more dangerous. A place where beauty and danger existed side by side, waiting for the right moment to strike. On the morning of May 27, 2024, Robert Cunningham's day began as usual. A billionaire known for his love of adventure, he set out to explore the waters off the coast of the Seychelles, his luxury yacht anchored nearby. The sun was bright, the water calm, and the conditions perfect for his dive. He felt invincible as he slipped beneath the water's surface. The early moments of the dive were peaceful, almost hypnotic. Cunningham moved gracefully through the crystal clear water, marveling at the vibrant fish and coral. But as he swam deeper, the atmosphere changed. The water darkened and an uneasy chill set in. Then from the shadows, he spotted it, a massive, great white shark, its cold eyes fixed on him. At first, Cunningham was fascinated. He had encountered sharks before and wasn't easily frightened. But this shark wasn't like the others. It circled him slowly, with purpose, its massive body gliding just out of reach. Cunningham's heart began to race as the reality of the situation sank in. He turned and began swimming back toward the yacht, faster now, but trying to remain calm. The crew above watched him, still unaware of the danger lurking below. Suddenly, the shark attacked. With incredible speed, it closed the distance between them, its jaws snapping shut on Cunningham's leg. The force was overwhelming. Pain exploded through his body as the shark's teeth tore through his flesh and bone, sending shockwaves of agony. Blood filled the water, turning it into a dark, swirling mass around him. Cunningham fought, kicking desperately, but the shark held on, dragging him deeper into the abyss. The weight of the water pressed down on him, the surface fading further and further away. His muscles burned, and his breaths grew more frantic, but the shark's grip was relentless. He was being pulled into the deep, and there was no escape. Above, the crew noticed the blood in the water. Panic set in as they realized something had gone horribly wrong. Desperately, they sent out a distress signal and prepared the rescue boat, but by then, it was too late. The ocean had claimed him. When the Coast Guard arrived hours later, all they found was the yacht, drifting silently in the water. Cunningham's body was never recovered, and the shark had vanished into the depths. The sea had taken its toll, leaving behind only the eerie calm of the empty ocean. News of Cunningham's death spread quickly, making headlines worldwide. The once invincible man, with his wealth and power, had been reduced to another tragic story of nature's unpredictable fury. The luxury of his life meant nothing in the face of the untamed ocean. He had chased adventure until it cost him everything. The locals whispered of the attack, warning others to respect the ocean's dangerous creatures. The Seychelles, once a place of paradise for Cunningham, had become the site of his final chapter. For those who had witnessed his last day, the ocean now seemed more terrifying, its beauty hiding a deadly force beneath the waves. The water, calm and inviting, had swallowed another man whole, leaving nothing behind but a trail of red and the ghost of a life cut short.